Hi everyone, it's Kate from the Forward Line. I am back this week with the edit. This is our weekly roundup of new sewing pattern releases. It is a bit of a stonker week, so settle down, get a cup of tea. Before I get going, I just wanted to say apologies about not being here last week. Very sadly, my dad died and I had to rush home and see him and say goodbye. At that point, when Rachel said I was ill, we didn't know what was going on, but yeah, unfortunately he passed away. So yeah, bit of a rough week, but anyway, I just wanted to say I'm back now and everything's okay. And yeah, anyone who's lost, it wasn't a massive, to be honest, it wasn't a massive surprise. He had dementia, and anyone who's gone through that with a friend or relative will know what a rubbish illness it is. But yeah, so I'm back and I've got some stonker patterns to talk to you about. So I'm going to start with, I think, my favourite pattern release, which is from Merchant and Mills. It's a dog coat, obviously, you know, I'm very much pro dog coat, and it's called Barker, which I thought was hilarious. Having made a dog coat for my little dog, there aren't very many patterns that are good, and having looked at this, having ended up cutting a pattern for my own dog, is a really clever construction. So it comes in 5 different sizes. I think it's a PDF only pattern. Obviously you can add on copy shop if you want, but it's really nice simple construction. This would make the most fantastic Christmas present for someone who's got a dog. So if you were thinking about making some Christmas presents, I can tell you now that they would love a coat made for their dog, a bespoke coat. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It's nice simple construction, so it poppers around the front and then it has a strap that goes underneath their tummy. It does mean that you can then alter the pattern if you need to slightly to make it fit your dog if they're a slightly more unusual shape. It'll be very easy to lengthen it and widen it. But yeah, I was really excited about this because I think it's a really great pattern. Having kind of done my own, I can see this one will fit loads of different types of dogs. So also we've got 3 patterns from the assembly line, which is really exciting. We haven't had these for ages. So these are paper only. They all come in sizes 8 to 30. There are 3 of them. I don't know why I'm going 3 at you. There are 3 of them, and I'm going to just talk you through them quickly so that I don't kind of go on for hours. So there's a pair of trousers which are really great if you haven't made trousers before and you're feeling like you're ready to kind of get on that bandwagon. They're a really nice simple shape actually. They've got a zip up the side, they've got pocket, and they've got a flat front with a dart and a waistband. And you can see from the pictures they're a regular fit, so you can then change that and alter that. But if you are thinking first kind of obviously by the time you're making trousers you've made a few things, these would be quite a nice first trouser. The other pattern they've got is a pair of culottes, and for those of you that looked at the picture like I did and thought, oh, that's a nice skirt, and then realised it was a pair of culottes, I think it's a really lovely shape. It's got that kind of central seam down the front, and then it kind of almost looks like a kind of a fake pleat, which is actually where then it forms trouser legs. But this would look really great. If anyone saw my trends post, we were talking about buying a pair of boots for winter, and I thought these would look fantastic with a pair of boots, and there would be a really useful item for winter. So if you're thinking like you want to make something, I thought these would be a nice option. The third one is probably my favourite of the 3. It's a cropped jacket. So you can see here, if I show you the pictures, it's got a zip up the front, nice big kind of almost slightly 70s feel collar on it, a big kind of structured waistband, and then it's quite loose fitting, so it's gathered into the waistband. It's got raglan sleeves. I really like this because I feel like you could wear this as almost like a cardigan during winter. It would be a really nice kind of layering piece, but also when it comes to springtime it would be really useful just to wear as a jacket. It would look fantastic actually with the culottes that I just showed you. So I thought this one was definitely worth mentioning if you're looking for something a bit different, a new jacket, you need a new jacket in your life. I thought this was worth pointing out. So we've also got a new collection from Maison Fove. We've got 4 new patterns. This collection was inspired by kind of workwear, and you can see from the pictures actually they're really kind of look like grown-ups going to work. There are 4 patterns. There's a dress, a shirt, a blouse and a tailored jacket. They're really great. So these patterns come in paper only and they're available in sizes 6 to 22. I'm going to talk to you about my favourite one out of all of them, which was the Soho wrap dress, which I think is fantastic. It's gorgeous. So it's I'll show you the line drawing, you can have a look. There are 2 variations, so it's got a proper wrap front, but I really like that the belt kind of weaves through the outside of the dress so you can see it, which is quite unusual. You don't often see that with the wrap, it's usually underneath and hidden. It also comes in a blouse version, and then there's an option where you can add buttons on the front so it looks almost like a double-breasted kind of jacket dress. But I thought this was really beautiful. I thought this would also be really nice for proper events. If you've got like a Christmas party or like New Year's Eve and you want to be a bit dressed up, it would work as like a party dress as well as actually being something that you could totally make and wear to work. It's got long sleeves, which I always love because I'm a cold person. So yeah, I just thought this was a really fantastic dress. So if you're looking for something, that might be worth checking out. Next up, we've got a pattern from Pattern Fantastique. It's called the Esther dress. This is available as a PDF at the moment. There is a paper version coming, and it's available in sizes 6 to 32. This is quite a summery dress, so if you are thinking about, if you're going away for a bit of winter sun, or you live in somewhere else and not in the UK where it's lovely and warm, this will be fantastic. But for those of us who are in the UK, let's just remember this for spring and summer. It's such a gorgeous dress. I thought it had really interesting details. So let's have a look at the line drawing because I feel like that's easiest. So there are 2 variations. There's a very simple sort of strapless version of this dress. It has a kind of channel sewn around the neckline, which you feed through a, well, they've styled it with actually almost like a cotton rope, which I thought looked really interesting and kind of really nice sort of texturally. But you could use anything you wanted, so you kind of feed it through. There's a second variation that has these big, you can see statement kind of sleeves. And again, it's the same thing. So it's got a sleeve sewn on, kind of a biggish sleeve, and it's got a channel sewn through it. You weave through the string or rope or whatever you're using, and it then kind of creates the proper shape of the dress. It's got pockets, it's lovely and loose. And it's got this really lovely kind of keyhole detail where it twists around at the back, which I think is really beautiful. It's clever because it's actually quite a simple construction, but it creates a really interesting silhouette. I love it. I think if you've got like some summer stuff coming up, this is definitely worth checking out. So next up, we've got 2 patterns from Tessuti, which was really exciting because I love their patterns. I think they're fantastic. So these are paper only, and they come in, one of them comes in size UK 8 to 18, and the other one comes in, they both come in an 8 to 18, these ones. The first one is the drain dress. I think this is a really useful item in your wardrobe. I think it's actually really cleverly cut. So if I show you the line drawing, it kind of looks on the picture like a sort of quite simple sort of loose fitting shift dress. It's got this lovely kind of keyhole detail around the neckline. It's got bust darts. The thing about it that is really clever is you can see this sort of fake wrap that sort of ends just below, kind of around your waist, this extra kind of wrap panel that kind of hangs. I'm describing this badly, but you can see the pictures and understand what I mean. This is really clever, creates an optical illusion, slides over any lumps and bumps over your waist area or hips, and I think it's really clever. I think it will suit loads of different people, and I just thought it was really interesting. The other one is the Sydney jacket, which is So great for this time of year. You know, we were talking in the trends post again about layering. This is such a good layering option. It's almost like a short sleeved jacket. You can make this in something like a boiled wool. It would be perfect to wear as a cardigan. You could probably make it in a jersey as well, actually. Anything that doesn't fray too much, like a neoprene would look amazing like in this. It would be really kind of big and structured. And if you look at the line drawing, you can see actually it's very simple in terms of the construction. It's got a raglan sleeve, it's got nice details around the back. I think it's really clever pattern. So if you're thinking you would like to make a sort of layering piece for autumn, this would be great. You can wear big chunky jumpers underneath it, your big polo neck, it would look amazing over those. So yeah, definitely worth having a look at. So talking of like cozy and comfy, we have got the modern sewing company Sunday Trackies, which is an appropriate name for it. These are a PDF pattern only. They come in sizes UK 4 to 26. I really like these. They are high-waisted. You can see they've got very slight sort of cocoon shape, and then they've got a elasticated band around the bottom, around the ankles. They look like they're a really nice fit actually, because tracksuit bottoms have to be perfect for them to look. They just need a good construction. I mean, a good shape. The construction is what I'm about to move on to, is actually really simple. You can see from the line drawing, it's got an elasticated waist or like a drawstring waist, pockets on the back which are optional. You can whip these up in a few hours, so if you're thinking you want something nice and warm to stay in, as the temperatures are definitely dropping over here, then go and check those out because they're really great. So last but not least, I've got something slightly different, not a sewing pattern. It is something to help you sew that I thought I would mention. Our friend Barbara, also known as Rocking Stitch, created a few years ago a really useful tool called a seamstress gauge. And I've got one here, I can show it to you, but we've now got them in stock and I thought it was worth mentioning because they are probably the most useful thing that I own. So if I come up, so it's this really simple little ruler, really useful. So let me come up and I can actually show you, and it might be easy. So it comes in this really little like cork kind of storage thing, so you can keep it in and it doesn't get scratched. Why it is useful is, as I'm sure you will all notice when you're making things, if I come in then you can see it properly, hopefully that's in focus. It's got all these different measurements on it, so it's got 1 centimetre here, 1.5 centimetre here, 3 centimetres here, 2 centimetres, 5 centimetres here. It's got a proper kind of 1 centimetre to 10 centimetres along the bottom. The other thing that is really useful is it has these little holes drilled in it at different points. So you can put your needle through the hole and it'll show you, if you're doing kind of an unusual seam length, it'll show you where on your fabric you're then needing to sew. So you can either mark it on your machine or, yeah, it is so useful. Whenever I'm making something, I have one of these out and I use it to mark all my seams. And just to double check things, because it's a really nice size, so quite often I'll be like, oh, is that 1 or 1.5 which I've stitched, or I can't remember. I can then just double check using this. So she's kind of given us the last of the ones that she's ever going to make, so they're the last ones in existence, and once they've gone, they've gone. But they are really fantastic. They are also really great for Christmas presents and presents for people, but screw that, just buy one for yourself because they're so useful. And yeah, we were talking about them, the team, and everyone in the team has one of these and they're just so useful. So that is it from us. I hope that was helpful and we will be back soon with another video. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.